think we were really fortunate with our design phase here at Little Beach Co because we started with a clean slate. And what we really wanted to achieve was to immerse the resort into the landscape as opposed to clearing the landscape to make way for the resort. And we had great builders, they understood that. But we felt in terms of creating space for everybody, it was more creating segues from one part of the resort to another. And these segues are ramps and various different aids for accessibility. But I don't think anyone's actually really worked out that it's any different. It's just the flow of the resort. And the choice of materials is really important. We used FRP, which the national parks use, and it's non-slip. It's fantastic. And I just think creating segues that people can glide from one environment to another effortlessly has been the key to the resort. I think at Little Beach, one of the things we identified really early is that often when people arrive here, they've been on the road. Sometimes they might have had a quarrel about the map or how to get here. I think it's something we recognised early on is to make people extremely welcome from the absolute get-go. We all wear a uniform, and I think that identifies us easily throughout the resort. Even the gardeners wear the same uniform. So I think people can interact quite easily, but I think it's that welcoming smile. It's the genuine no judgment. It is I think for all Tasmanians, it's not just about the accommodation. It's really about locking in that people enjoy the experience and they're having fun and they're getting the most out of Tasmania. And it all starts with a great big smile and no judgment, I feel. I think the mistake a lot of people make about accessible tourism is it's that they think it's all about accommodation. One of the things I learned very early on, because we built the resort with an accessible dome and an accessible villa, and we had very few bookings. So when I was out and about at conferences, and if I saw someone that was in a wheelchair or on crutches, I would go up to them and I'd say, "Tell me about your holidays. What do you like to experience?" And that's when I got most of my learnings is like, Lynn, all you're doing is providing accommodation and we want the experience as well. So I actually think it's a whole of tourism response. I think we all need to pool our resources and try and get some itineraries going where we can offer things in the region, like the bowling club, what can they offer? The surf club, what can they offer? The various different tours, the walks. But from our point of view here, we ended up thinking, well, we've got the hot tub villa. Let's get a hydraulic lift so we can actually put someone who's perhaps a quadriplegic or even a paraplegic, we can actually have them immerse in the hot tub experience, overlooking the water, whale watching, watching the beautiful birds and really immersing themselves into our beautiful environment here. We've also lashed out at great expense and got an up-down bed, which is fantastic. We've also got carers accommodation within the villa. So I think to provide the accommodation is obviously of paramount importance, but it's bringing in the experiences as well. When it comes to online, you know what you know when it comes to online for your general marketing, and you don't know what you don't know. So I think the best thing to do is go and get some training and courses. And we found it really fantastic. We opted into the ATEC training. We also opted into Tourism Tasmania's training, which was held at Joseph Cromie about 18 months ago. I learnt so much from that particular course because the woman presenting was blind and she really painted the landscape for us as to what she needed and what she was looking at. We also had Julie Smith from Have Wheels Will Travel come here and she explained a lot to me as well. So I really feel get the education, opt in, learn what you need, promote it on your website. I think small touches and detail is everything. People who have accessibility issues see every little thing. I remember having Julie Smith come to stay with us, Have Wheels Will Travel, and she came into the bathroom and the first thing she said is, "Lynn, the shower head is too high. Anyone that's coming in a wheelchair, if that isn't at their level, they wouldn't even bother checking in. And having design in such a way that it's not pedestrian, it's not boring, it's not cheap. Go all out. Have beautiful furnishings, lovely soft cushions, lovely throws, a beautiful bed. So it's just a matter of leaning in and really engaging and understanding your audience and the diversity of the audience as well. When you're developing your resort, it's always a challenge because with our tread lightly, low impact philosophy, we tried to follow wherever we could where the natural animal pathways were to begin with. And I know to build the bathhouse, we took out 6 shrubs, and to build the glamping domes, we less than 6, I think we took out. But I think there's always refilling spaces. We did a lot of planting afterwards. It takes a few years. But I think to have everyone feel comfortable in the resort is the most important thing. I think that gets down to design as well. If you've got beautiful classic designs and you're using beautiful raw materials in the landscape, it all blends and it makes people feel really calm. It makes people, they can hear the wind and the ocean and they can see the mountains. I think it's all about that all-inclusive immersion. And I think if you can create that space for people, whether you have an accessibility issue or not, then you've done your job creating your resort. Just take the time, plan it. Less is more. When it comes to booking your holiday, we all get online, we look at various different things. It's so easy for able beings to go and decide what sort of holiday they want. I think what you've got to consider more than anything when you're offering accessibility is you don't want them data mining. You don't want them sifting through all this information. That's probably the key thing I learned when I went to the online courses and went through Tourism Tasmania and Australia Tourism Export Council, is that people that have disabilities spend up to 20 times longer to plan their holiday than we might. So when they're having to completely go through all the information to find that one little bit that they need to know, it's exhausting. Best advice I could give people is to have an accessible tab on their website. Quick, easy, being able to book a holiday in under 20 hours is really quite essential. So I think don't make your guest data mine. Let them find it really easily. Have the accessible tabs, have the badges. It's people say to me sometimes, and I can't afford to do what you've done. And I say to them, you can't afford not to, because this space is big and there's lots of money out there. And I hate it when you have to talk money to get people to do things in business. But I think it's really important. Make it easy, make it simple, make it quick, and make it accurate.